Do the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well, we call the roll. Can we just make sure our cell phones are on silent airplane mode or otherwise don't ring? Can you call the roll?
Mr. Bishop?
Here.
Mr. Roscoe?
Here.
Mr. Jepson?
Here.
Mr. King?
Here.
Mr. Cindy?
Here.
Mr. Walsh?
Here.
Mr. Welch?
Here. We have a very full agenda tonight, and it's one of the bigger packages that we've seen in the last few years. I'm going to ask that we try to keep the discussion focused. We're going to ask for approval on almost everything in the package tonight. And we're going to be going some out of order to take care of our guests and our staff. And so we will be starting with reports, the superintendent's report. And if you need to know a page number, just shout it out and we'll try to get you to the right place.
Superintendent reports do not refer to any pages in the board packet, so Curriculum Advisory Council has not met since May, and Chris is going to work on a recommendation to present in the early fall in regards to some of our required courses. Facilities Advisory Council, we met back in before the June meeting, which when we approved the facility rental agreement, and we looked at the facility rentals and the quarterly report from Aramark, so nothing new to report there. We did have an issue in the swimming pool this past week. One of the lights above the swimming pool came loose and ended up falling onto the pool deck. There was nobody that was injured. However, it still cause for concern. So Joel and his maintenance staff went in and replaced all the screws and all the lights and also added safety straps to all the 44 light fixtures that hang above the pool to ensure everything is secure and securely fastened. We're not sure if it was just some bad screws. It looked as though two of the screw heads had kind of worn off or worn down. But we did make sure we replaced everything with stainless for that environment. And so that's where we're at right now with the facility, with the swimming pool.
My part now?
Sure.
I'd like to acknowledge that we did have this happen in the pool, and we've had problems in the pool since the pool came online in 2009. So what I thought it would be best for us as a board is perhaps to send the superintendent with his advisory council and go and seek help to determine if there isn't something brewing in that pool from the chloramites or whatever else is in there, and maybe seek professional help to make sure that there's not another bigger accident waiting to happen. If a light's hanging on with a screw, we have that big circulation unit sitting on top of a beam, and the last thing this board wants to do is come and meet and try to sort out some major catastrophe to our students, our staff, or the public who we allow to use that pool. So if the board is okay with that, we should task the superintendent and his advisory council to just go in and look at that facility and make sure that that facility is going to be safe for years to come. Is that good with the board?
I'm fine with it.
Does that include, talking to our architect or somebody about what kind of professional support we should for that type of a review or inspection?
Like who would they recommend? An environmental type company, and there's a name of a company floating around that Kevin has. And
Okay.
He'll meet with you, and I think just for being able to sleep at night in the future, that we've had this problem. The pool's been online for 6 years, and we're in the 9-month period where we finally have the air flowing as the way it should, thanks to everyone's hard work, including the superintendents. And I just want to make sure that going forward for years to come, that we're in a safe position.
Fine with it.
I agree.
My question, when we just had the life safety report and the company we hired to do that, I thought they went through the facilities with a fine-tooth comb.
Well, that's what they'll let us know.
We'll
if that's
consider
true.
that.
Okay.
Like-
So probably what I would
Right.
do, a course of action I would do is probably, I'll personally talk with our architect and have her think about a strategy, and then have her put together some thoughts, and then bring my advisory council together to hear those thoughts and weigh them out. Maybe get even some proposals and go from there. I'm imagining we'll need to get some type of structural engineer or somebody just to make sure everything's okay. I'm not anticipating any concerns because we've had so much work done in there in the last year with people being up in those beams and being on the roofs and stuff, but,
Be nice to get it done before school starts.
okay.
Okay, Finance Advisory.
Finance Advisory met in June before the June board meeting to review the bond proposals that you're going to hear tonight. And tonight we'll be making a recommendation to the Board of Education to consider the purchase of some life safety bonds in order to help with some of the life safety items to be addressed in the current project, but also in future projects. Personnel Advisory, we do personnel in the closed session. So Kristen will be able to update on staffing recommendations and our staffing for the end of the school, or the start of the school year. And then Policy Advisory Council met in late June before the 4th of July holiday to review the press packet that's in your board agenda tonight. And there were not a lot of recommendations. Most of the stuff was formality items that the council reviewed and approved, or recommending approval. So you'll see that when we get to the press packet.
Any questions?